I'm Fiona Harrison, founder and creator of Chocolate on Purpose, Australia's first 100% Indigenous-owned chocolate company. We're a certified social enterprise in a town called Millthorpe in rural Australia, handcrafting ethically sourced gourmet chocolates infused with the delicious flavours of Australian native botanicals. I started my business 10 years ago. I was involved in a traumatic situation, and to support my mental health I discovered the power of Australian botanicals. And through sharing the traditional use of the ingredients, I work to deepen respect for our ancient Indigenous wisdom and culture. When I started my business, it was a sideline to full-time work, but then the wildfires raged through Australia in 2019, followed very quickly by the COVID lockdown. So I needed to find a way to pirouette out of that, and I realised digitising my business was the way to do that. I started to focus on building an online community, and I connected with groups such as Global Sisters, and programs like Where You Shop Matters really helped to raise the profile of my business online. As my business was growing online, I realised that I needed to level up from being a sole trader to a proper company. I set up my business accounts with CommBank because they seemed really business friendly. My Commonwealth business transaction account came with a Visa business debit card. It enables me to make payments both locally and overseas. And being a bookkeeper, I realised the importance of managing personal versus business expenses, which really streamlines my cash flow. I use my CommBank Visa Business Debit Card to make purchases for my business. I purchase a blend of cacao beans from West Africa and Ecuador and Australian native botanicals from Indigenous farmers wherever possible. I use it to buy Aboriginal carbon credits, and at certain times of the year I donate to Indigenous charities, and all of this to uplift vulnerable people and environments. I'm highly conscious of the far-reaching impact I can achieve by building a successful, sustainable and digital-ready social enterprise. Indigenous businesses are role models and multipliers, with the effects of trade felt all the way along the supply chain back into community where it makes a difference. Less than 1% of suppliers in the Australian native botanical and food supply chain are Indigenous. Of that, less than 1% are women. So I feel like I'm continuing that songline and sharing that through our storytelling with chocolate to deepen respect for our ancient Indigenous wisdom and culture. My business model's evolved into a social enterprise, and that's really what drives me. It's what lights me up. It gives me a purpose to continue. My next challenge is to gain funding to be able to scale my business to my first level of commercialisation, because it's in that space that I'll be able to implement employment strategies, in particular for older women, because we're the fastest growing cohort of homeless, and Indigenous women to help return sovereignty to them in this Australian botanical space. I hope to be able to inspire others to build businesses that contribute to community, culture and country. And if my efforts are a model to younger people looking to make a way for themselves in the world, then I'm really happy about that, and I feel my work here is done.